Okay, so welcome to today. We're going to look at pricing and why pricing is very, very, very important in writing an effective business proposal. Now, this will help you understand when people start complaining that their proposals don't work. A lot of things go into proposals, and this will help you understand why proposals and what stage in a proposal should you be considering pricing. So the strategy for today is we're going to look at how do you write a proposal to a company that first does not know you, secondly, it doesn't know your company, and thirdly, it has never heard of your product. How do you write that kind of proposal? Because the strategy is different. So let me first explain to you the big mistake a lot of people will make. Now, let's look at first, price communication. When do you start discussing price? How and when do you discuss price in your proposal? It's very, very key when you understand that. So let's look at this case study. Let's say I want to write a proposal and it's a 9-figure deal to a mining company called Dash Mining. And I want to provide them 100 units of a product that cost 50,000 naira, which is equivalent to 800 Ghana cedis, which is also equivalent to $56 each. Now, most of us will create this kind of proposal, and the proposal title is going to be a detailed proposal to Dash Mining Company from your company. Now, this is a very big mistake because if you've listened to my previous classes, this is considered a flat title. And one thing that will happen is this kind of proposal will not be opened. And if it's opened, people don't understand the result they can expect from your solution or from your proposal. So let's say I continue writing this proposal, and inside the proposal, this is what I'm providing them. Now, if you look at this, it looks like a water bottle. And when preparing this proposal, I'm telling them that this water bottle is about 50,000 naira, which is about $56. Now, it's outrageous. But you see, I am not just selling them water. Now, it's when you are selling your product, you understand how to communicate value before you communicate pricing. Because you see, anyone can trivialize any service, any product, if you don't help them break down the value first before you start communicating pricing. So, I've prepared this proposal now, I have sent it, and I'm waiting. Nothing happens. And I'm getting worried. So I'm following up with them and sending emails. They don't reply. I am sending messages to them. Try calling. Sometimes they don't pick my calls. And you start asking yourself, why? What's the problem? And this is when some people just conclude that, you see, proposals don't work. Now, the problem is this. If you look at it very well, you'll be asking yourself, is my product too expensive? Sometimes people will complain, oh, their products are too expensive, or if they had a cheaper version. The problem is not that your product is expensive. The problem is that you don't understand pricing strategy. So let's break this down and help you understand. Now, the first rule for you to understand in pricing, the first pricing rule is never discuss price until you have quantified value. Now, remember I said this. I said, this client doesn't know you. He doesn't know your product. He doesn't know your organization. If you prepare a proposal and you include a price in it, you already make them create resistance even before they meet you. So the key thing is this. When that client received that proposal on their own end, they looked at it and they said, this is just water. Now, they don't understand the value of what you're providing, but they will perceive it as being ordinary water. And mentally, they'll start asking themselves questions. Why is he selling water that is about 4,000 naira, that's about $6, about 100 cedis? Why is he selling it for 50,000? They don't understand why, because you have not helped them quantify the value. And until you can break down value, there is no need for you discussing pricing, because you will receive resistance and it will be a major roadblock to you closing any deal. So remember, this is a new client. This client doesn't know you, doesn't know your product. The first thing you will need to do is understand. Let's go back to that framework. If you look at the 7-star business proposal framework, I have discussed this before, you will understand this. First thing you need to do is, what is your process? And at what stage of this process should you discuss pricing? Let me explain this. The first thing you need to do is outline your process. They don't know you, so the first thing you need to do is, my proposal will be first, which will lead to, let's say, a meeting or a presentation. Then we will discuss pricing, because in that meeting, in that presentation, I will quantify the value. So this is the first thing I will do. Before I write that proposal, I will need to state what exactly is my objective for this proposal. Why do I need to write this proposal? Remember, in this case, the key thing here is your proposal is supposed to help them identify that they're interested, so that it moves to the second stage, where they can allow or agree or accept you to come in for a meeting. So my objection or my objective in the proposal is to get them interested. So I will need to communicate things that will get them interested. And primary for me in communicating things that will get them interested is I need to research the company. Why do they need my products? So let me just give you this little, based on this case story. So I will research the company and I'll find out that, for example, I'm giving this as an example, please. Let's say about 200 to 300 of the people fall sick yearly because of mineral toxins. And this company spends between 1 to 2 million, which is about 15,000 Ghana cedis or $2,000 per person on treatment. Now I am bringing the reasons why they should get interested in my solution. I am identifying the problem. And this problem can only be identified when you go into research and start asking yourself, why do they need what you are selling? So I've done this kind of research, and this is what I've seen, that this company is spending a lot. So if you do it mentally, you see that this company spends, let's say it's a mining company, and you should know they should have some money. They spend, let's say, over 600 million every year on treatment. Now I'm using this thing as an example because in your own case, when you're doing your research, you will know there has to be basis for people to want the products. So when you break down your research properly, later I'll be explaining to you how you can do that kind of research, because every product has a problem it's solving. Every product has a way you should break it down during research, has a way you should approach it during research for people to buy into it, want your solution. So if they're spending over 600 million every year on treating people, and my solution costs 50 million, that means I am saving them close to 550 or 500 million.
So can you see there is now basis to meet me? Now can you see that there is now basis for them to see that I am not selling just water? There is now justification for the price I am selling my product for.
You see, when we are selling anything, mentally people already perceive, okay, some people will start perceiving your product is too expensive. Now, based on what are they doing that analysis? It's based on what they know. And because it is based on what they know, maybe what they know is not correct. And that is why when you're discussing pricing, make sure it's at the proper stage of this proposal cycle so that it's easier for you to close them. Because if you give people the option to perceive that, oh, your product is very expensive, you already create resistance. So when you have justified the value, is now time for you to communicate the price. So now I'm going to create the new proposal based on this. Now, instead of that old flat title, I will create something like this. A proposed solution to Dash Mining Company to reduce employee sickness from toxic materials and also reduce the yearly hospital bill. Now, when anybody sees this kind of title, now this is a rough title. We can still work on it. But if somebody reads this kind of title, what is the person most likely going to do? I have raised a lot of problems. What is the person most likely going to do? He's going to get interested and open the proposal. This is called a result-based title. That's why most proposals are not open, because the titles are not communicating a result. So it's a very, very, very key. So I am not sending this proposal to the CEO. You see, most times we think that the proposals should be sent to the CEO, to the MD, to the decision maker, but this should be sent to the HR. You know why? In this case, based on your research, you know one thing. When people fall sick, when absenteeism is on the high, the department that is triggered, the department that is responsible for anything employee-based is the HR department. So when the HR department sees this kind of proposal, they will quickly respond to this kind of proposal. When the CEO sees this kind of proposal, he will know fully well that this is not supposed to be for him. So you need to understand who you are sending the proposal to. When this HR sees, anybody in the HR or the HR manager sees this, she will take it as a responsibility to push this kind of proposal. So when you get to that stage, the next pricing stage should be discounts. Now, this is where people get it very wrong. People don't understand how to give discounts. Now, if you're not very careful, people can come to you 3 times, sometimes more than 3 times, asking you for discounts. So this is the rule for discounts. Give a discount only when you are receiving something in return. So most times people will come to you and say, oh, please, we need a discount for this. The first question you need to ask them is this: if I give you a discount, can you promise me that this deal will be closed? Now, the second thing you need to do is understand who you're giving a discount to. So let's say somebody from the HR department calls you for a discount. Most likely, accounts department is also going to call you for a discount. So you need to know at what stage they're calling you for a discount. So that's why I tell people that anytime they are communicating pricing, when you get to the pricing stage and you need to communicate pricing, break it down. Don't give a full figure and say, oh, the price is this. You need to break it down. This amount goes to this amount goes to this. That's the proper way to communicate pricing. So that when anybody wants a discount, you need to tell them what aspect of the breakdown will be affected if there's a discount. Why? Because if people don't see a reason, they will keep coming back to you. Oh, we need another discount. Oh, we need another discount. Because you see, that's the process. I'm not saying never ever say no to anyone when they ask for a discount. You're already rejecting them. And the tendency for people will reject most times, or who feel rejected most times, are not very, very pleased. And they will make the entire deal process uncomfortable for you. So it's very, very key. Understand that discounts should be a discount. When you're giving a discount, you should always ask for something in return. So the third and the final stage is the payout. Now they have come to this place where they now want to make a payment, but now they are going to be asking you a lot of questions. The kind of questions they'll be asking you is, okay, what are your payment terms? What are the payment options? So there are lots of payment terms and payment options you should always consider and play around with, especially for clients. Now, some people have the ratio payment where they tell you, okay, you pay 70% upfront and 30% on delivery, 80% upfront, 20% on delivery. That's a ratio payment. Some people have the 30 to 90 days payment grace period, and they don't pay anything. You will deliver the product, and after 30, sometimes 45 days, yes, I've seen 90 days. I've done 90 days before. I will tell you that 90 days is not very, very nice. 60 days is too much, but 45 days, yeah, it might be okay. 30 days is good. But that's why I said it depends on the client. If you really want this client and you see that there's a long-term relationship, or there's a tendency for you to keep engaging this client for a very long time, it's very important you look at your pricing and help them if they come with a proposal for pricing. Now, some people outrightly will tell you full payment. Well, it's good, but I noticed that a lot of people that tell you full payment don't really understand the different pricing strategies for payments. So that's why they just tell you, oh, we'll take full payment. And another reason people take full payment is because most times they are taking the money to go buy the product. So that's why they need the full payment so that they can go and do this. So you see, sometimes companies might not give you the full payment, especially when you're doing business with them for the first time. If they don't have a relationship with you, they are most likely going to withhold some of the payment or prefer to pay you a percentage upfront and then later pay. Then monthly recurring payment is another very beautiful strategy. If you can break down your business to monthly recurring payment, that's a very, very good strategy where you know that, okay, something is coming in monthly. So if you look at all these strategies, you will understand the best approach to go about this. Now, the key thing here is when you're starting this journey, you need to understand how to effectively create proposals. Is the first key thing you need to understand. We're making so many mistakes on how to write proposals, and I think that is the first place you need to start from. Now, This is very important, especially if you're closing big deals. Is it from 10 million to 100 million deals, from 15,000 to 300,000 Ghana cedis deals, or if your deals are in dollars? It's very, very important you understand this is how I will create an effective proposal. And the best thing I always recommend is the 7-star business proposal. And I have this online course that is very, very affordable. I am not going to hype it, but this course is going to teach you page by page how to research the company. What do you add in the first page? What do you add? How do you create very good titles? I mean titles that will get anybody, when they see the proposal, they just know that this proposal was created for them. It's very, very key. I'll be giving you so many case studies for you to understand. Like, for example, how do you create a proposal to a company that has an existing vendor and you want them to consider you because you think you provide a superior service? Most companies don't like switching suppliers or vendors, but how do you create that kind of proposal? You see people creating very flat proposals and sending it out and wondering why the proposals are not working. Now, if you take this online course,
you will understand how to position the proposal and get them interested, that they will see what you're offering as better than what they are currently getting. It's very, very key. Now, we have so many testimonials from this online course,
and I highly recommend you take this online course because in 1 hour, 30 minutes, you will understand how to effectively write better proposals. Now, this online course is going for, has been discounted to 20,000. If you're in Ghana, that's about 200 Ghana cedis. That's about, if you're paying in dollars, that's about $97. And you will get everything. So if you go to the link in the comment section and click on the link, you can get full access, instant access to the course when you just make your payment. Now, I'll be adding a lot of bonuses. And the first bonus I'll be giving you is, apart from the business proposal course itself, I'll be also showing you how to create sponsorship proposals. Very, very key. Sometimes you have an event, you have a program, and you need sponsors. What most people do is they go about it in a beggarly way. I'll be giving you this entire program for free, how to create sponsorship proposals. Then I'll also be showing you how to create grant proposals. Very, very key. How to attract international donors for maybe your non-profits, but how do you create very effective grant proposals? Also, I will be giving you the complete business proposal kit that will help you prepare business proposals. You have templates for cover letters, you have templates for business proposals, sponsorship proposals, grant proposals. All this will be the bonus. So just click the link and you will get all these bonuses and the entire course. So I will see you when you start the course. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next class.